I'm Rohan Rakhit. I'm a DJ, radio presenter and creative producer from Northwest London. I'm a music nerd turned DJ. It all happened very organically. Really passionate about community work and giving back to other people through music, providing opportunities for emerging artists and particularly artists from marginalised backgrounds. And I've got a crazy big record collection. Started off doing community radio, really small scale stations in Nottingham when I used to live there. And people then started asking me to DJ in clubs from listening to my radio show. I had no idea what I was doing. And I failed a lot, learned. I love my music, man. I love my music, and it's always music first. So I've sort of fallen into this, but I think I'm pretty good at it. Typically, I'd prepare for a 4-hour set by not preparing. I find that there are a lot of DJs in this city that will rehearse their set to perfection and go out and try to replicate stuff, and I don't think it's a conversation with. The dance floor is a conversation with the people that are there to see you, or not even see you. And I want to be reactive in the moment. If I want to play something left field or something that its heyday was 10, 20, 30 years ago, like the time is now to do that, and that's the art. Yeah, this is the longest club set I've played, which I'm really, really looking forward to. I think it's good to be like borderless, genreless, and I try to do that with my sets a lot. Bring in sounds that people wouldn't typically associate with London club culture and nightlife. Here are some specific records that I picked for the 12th of July. This is a great one. It's called Belly Dance Disco by Ihsan Al-Manser. Just amazing Turkish disco-infused rhythms, basically. There's a lot of global sounds that I like to bring to my sets and really try to represent. So I bought a couple records that do that. This is an amazing album by Salma and Sabina Aga. I was in Bilbao. It was like 38 degrees. My mates, I spent so long in this record store that my mates were asleep outside on a bench. But I found this. It's a cover album of some of ABBA's greatest hits, but all in Hindi. And ABBA, yeah. No, just keep that in. If I drop the money equivalent in Hindi at the right time, limbs. What else do we have in my baskets? This is amazing. I love broken beat and soulful house, and really, I think it's such a progressive, forward-thinking genre and genres, and I don't think it's given the respect as like drum and bass, jungle, those sort of quintessentially UK sounds. And this is one of my favourite broken beat EPs by Way One. I don't know what they're saying now, but I think they only released a couple things. But I'll play this one inside its killer, Interstellar. This is a sort of acid house tune by Cutmaster Singh called Acid Bhangra. So really trying to represent for all the Daytimers crew. Really good record. Sinbad, Soul Fever, Soulful House, Bouncy, we love it. John Beltran,
oh yes,
by the Sun, yeah, we got some nods. An absolute classic. This is like actually would be perfect for where we're sat, like summertime. Yeah, a nice beer, little shuffle. It's really deep. Tempest at Jazz. If you know. This one. Wow, so one of my favourite spots in London is the Music and Video Exchange in Notting Hill. There's one in Greenwich as well. And I always go in because you find like gems for like £1 or £2. And I found that Punjabi MC tune, that one. I found a drum and bass edit of like, it's a white label and it was like 50p. And I put it on, and I'm like, that's funny, isn't it? Put it on, and it starts like you're in Crisis at one of those clubs or like XOY, and it just suddenly sponsored by TFL. Yeah, it's like starts that you're in like XOY or something, and like everyone's going to turn and look at one brown person in the room, but then it like suddenly flips. It's absolute killer, like drum and bass breaks. I'll drop that one for DeepDig because it's a nice like reinterpretation of the classic, but in a really like fresh way. Cool. Those are some of my records, I guess. Yeah, I try not to plan anything. I jump around, try to subvert expectations on the dance floor. And if people are listening to tunes, I think it's nice to blend things together in a way that makes the song they knew completely new, I guess. But I love chopping as well. Like before I started playing out regularly, I was messing around with mates playing like drum and bass and jungle in people's bedrooms, and like it's all very fun. It's very fluid. I like the idea that like every night out I play out, I want to make it feel like a house party, I guess. Yeah. I also don't want people turning and facing at me. Is that a weird thing? I want people like in it, dancing like amongst themselves. I think that aspect of club culture that we've adopted from like maybe lockdown and watching boiler room sets, and like just dance with each other, be with each other. That's the vibe. It's a house party. Like you wouldn't care who's DJing at a house party. But obviously, like my main musical influence is definitely black music and everything that encompasses that. I studied history and ethnomusicology at uni. The well-trodden path, and focused a lot on jazz. I focused really specifically on free jazz in the 70s, which is really like not horrible to listen to, but it isn't meant to be like lounged, like enjoyed. It's more countercultural, it's more radical, it's anti-establishment music. So yeah, I guess all the music that I play and to some degree is influenced by jazz and soul and funk, and so yeah, that's my musical influence stems from that. But also, I mean, I wasn't privy and didn't listen to South Asian music growing up at all, really. I think, interestingly, a lot of like people in the Daytimers crew grew up quite by keeping their culture at a distance and not being ashamed of your culture, but I think being born and brought up here, there's a lot of stuff to unpack, but having each other and coming to terms with our identity and our identity being cool and that community behind you, I think there's so much pride with South Asian music that I feel, and I've come to South Asian music through that purely like ethnomusicological, like musical chin strokey interest way. And as a result of that, like there's so much amazing Bollywood disco, Bollywood funk, electronic music that samples stuff that I don't think people hear regularly in like a London club circuit. So I really try to rep those sounds as well. Yeah, try be a bridge. Yeah, I'm really excited to be doing this at Grow, being a small cap grassroots venue that's booking really great emerging talent, and not even emerging as well. We were talking about Marsha Carr earlier being an amazing DJ. It's just like people that don't get the flowers that they deserve. So I'm really looking forward to it. And like what I was saying earlier about, I want my club sets to feel like a house party. I think that ethos is really. I played here the other night for Bruck Therapy, and it was exactly that. Like, and people that didn't even necessarily know what Bruck or Broken Beat was, by the end of the night they knew. The satisfaction I get from dropping a tune and seeing people like racing towards the front of the DJ booth to be like, what is this? is that's when you know you've done your job right. It's not like people out on a birthday, like forced organised fun. I have to dance. Like it's that moment, and yeah, like with the boothing grow and the way it is, like because there's no separation between the crowd and like me. I really felt that when I played it the other night, and I'm gassed to see what I can do with an extended set. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to take it everywhere, and represent all the weird music that I listen to properly. Yes, people, I'm Rohan Rakhit. I'll be here very, very soon for DeepDig, playing an extended set. Kisa's coming through to support me as well. It's going to be deep. I'm going to be bringing a lot of new music from across the world, genreless stuff. I'm really looking forward to it, so come join me.